Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 12 in our 20 from 1983 series, and this game was created by Bally Midway in 1983, and this is a sequel to Tron, but the action is very different, and this is called Discs of Tron. There were two major cabinets. There was a regular stand-up, and then there was one called that's an environmental cabinet. And in that one, there were voice samples, I guess. And the control panel is interesting. You got your regular movement joystick with a trigger to fire, but you've also got a button on top of that that lets you put up a shield. And there is also a knob that you rotate left and right that moves a cursor where you're going to fire your discs. And you can actually push the knob up and down later on in the game to raise the cursor up or down. You don't have to do that right away, but this is just a disc battle sequence like in the movie, and there are discs that you hop on and off of to get to other discs. You could accidentally fall off the disc, but you really have to continue holding towards the disc edge to fall off. The game will make you kind of teeter for a little bit, reminding you that you don't want to do that. But your enemy is Sark from the movie Tron, and he is trying to throw discs at you, and you are trying to throw discs at him. You can throw a burst of 3 discs at once by repeatedly pressing the trigger on the joystick, and they will be fired at the cursor. You can even shoot them behind you, and they will ricochet off the walls. And it's really cool how you make the ricocheting happen. You can make it really throw your opponent off, but you need to kill Sark twice to move on to the next scenario. You will get a different amount of platforms to stand on or jump off of to another. It'll be up to 6. Sometimes the platforms will be raised, and so you'll need to move the cursor up or down at that point. Here's a little bit of instructions. Now, Sark can also fire an energy pellet, which is explosive, and he can also fire what's called a super chaser. Now those two cannot be deflected by your shield. You have 7 deflects or shields, and they bounce the discs away from you, and there are also just regular chasers that you can bounce away from you. Get hit by a disc completely, or one of the other things that I said, and you will lose a life. But you can be winged and still live. And there I got Sark for the first time. See, we only have one platform for each of us. Early on, you can goad Sark into running into one of your discs without having to use the ricocheting too much. But later on in the game, you will definitely need to ricochet it off the walls to really throw him off. Ooh, I got him right away. That was pretty nice. There will be other little additions to the gameplay made on later levels. Now, I guess this did not get great use in the arcades, or did not see a whole lot of appearances in arcades, which is too bad because it's pretty fun. It looks like repetitive gameplay, but the action is really high-paced. You gotta keep moving around, don't stop, and there he's sending a super chaser after me. If you kill him, the super chaser stops following you, and those are the energy pellets. Again, you cannot deflect energy pellets or the super chaser there. But early on in the game, the super chaser is very slow, and you can move to the back and front of the platforms and hop away to get away from it, it's very slow. You get an extra life at 20,000 points, and after that, I can't remember how much you have to score to get the next one. I think the game says at some point or another. But I remember seeing this at 7-Eleven, and I really enjoyed it. And now we have a wall that will deflect your shots back. Yeah, you have to hit each of those regular chasers 2 times. And I shot one twice, but I didn't shoot the other one twice, I guess. And then it killed me. You can, I think I mentioned before, you can turn the crosshairs to behind you. And sometimes you'll have to do that because a chaser or something might get behind you, and you might have to turn your fire behind you to hit it. And those that window changes shape. And now we're back to 2 platforms, but this time we have a breakable wall that gets between the 2 of you and stops your shots. Ah, crap. It'll stop his shots too. Sark was played by veteran British actor David Warner in the original Tron movie. I didn't think as much of Tron as most people did, and it was alright. It definitely was a pioneer in computer graphics in movies. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I like this. There are a number of good Tron video games made, like the first arcade one, this one, and Tron Deadly Discs for the Intellivision. But yeah, I enjoyed this. Now we have, I'm not sure what the hell this is. Is this Bit from the first movie? I don't know, but at this point, now you can use the control knob to raise or lower the crosshairs instead of just go left and right, and you'll need to because there are platforms that are raised, and that's the middle ones. Well, one is raised and the other is lowered, and you won't be able to hit him if your crosshair is too high or too low. Although, even if it's not at the right level, he may still just jump to try to get away. He's faster to recover now when he's grazed than before. And there I shot a couple of the explosive pellets, or energy pellets. You get 1,000 points for killing Sark. Just once, and you get like 200 for grazing him. And yeah, both you and him can get grazed. By this point, I really probably should have played the angles. I mean, like off the left and right walls to really get the drop on him. Really kind of a cool game. I prefer the original Tron a little bit because it had 4 different games, or mini games, and this only basically has one, which is the disc battle. It's kind of reminiscent of the game Bally, or however you pronounce it. Yeah, he's much more crafty by this time in terms of avoiding your shots. So, yeah, you can't block the super chaser, and the game even reminds you. But yeah, there was 2 versions of this. There was the regular discs of Tron, and then there was the environmental cabinet that you still stand up inside and play, and that one I guess had voice samples, and we'll look at that later. But yeah, I kind of dig this game. Whoops. Yep, use your shield to block the discs or whatever particles. But yeah, you have 7 deflects that you can use, and when you kill Sark, you will get it replenished to 7, or if you die, you get 7 again. It's too good at dodging my discs. But yeah, by this point, you really need to use the left and right walls to really get the drop on him with ricocheting discs. Yeah, this didn't do super well in arcades, probably largely because of the video game crash that started in 1983. Whoops. Oh, there's my game. That didn't do too bad. That's Discs of Tron by Bally Midway in 1983. And again, we will look at the environmental version in a little bit that has voice samples. You only get to put in 2 initials, so I'll put in RS for my name. That's Discs of Tron. And again, this is the environmental cabinet of Discs of Tron, and this has voice samples, which was not a usual thing for the Marvin Glass and Associates era of Bally Midway. They used to do that a lot more with Dave Nutting and Associates.
Greetings!
But yeah, you'll hear various voice samples, especially when he's taunting you after you die. And he laughs at you. It's pretty cool. Other than that, the gameplay is exactly the same as in the regular Discs of Tron cabinet. He sometimes comments if you kill him, and he'll sometimes say something in between stages. There's some added gameplay elements that we'll look at later on that I didn't get to in the other Discs of Tron.
You'll regret this!
But I'm just capturing various voice samples.
Have enough? Ha 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 ha!
I do kind of like that. But the gameplay is really the same.
Nice!
I only saw the original cabinet.
I don't know how you survived, slave! Bring in the logic probe.
Oh, this is the logic probe, I guess.
We'll get you. It's only a matter of time.
And now we have platforms that raise and lower constantly. It looks like you start out with 4 lives instead of 3 on the environmental cabinet. And now you can shoot discs off of the ceiling, and so can Sark. You can pull the knob way up to the ceiling and bounce them off a little yellow spot on the ceiling, and he's doing that to me. And there will also be a platform occasionally that will disappear, and if you're standing on it, you're dead. But that was Discs of Tron, game number 12 in our 20 from 1983 series. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon, hopefully, with game number 11. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.
Do you come from a land